This is going to be the perfect American Express card setup to optimize your earnings, to get amazing travel benefits, and to get the absolute most bang for your buck. We're going to be going over the AMEX Trifecta, which is the AMEX Platinum card, the AMEX Gold card, and the AMEX Blue Business Plus. We're also going to be going over two optional cards, one being a hotel card, the Hilton Inspired card, the other being an airline card, the Delta Gold card. So for the original Trifecta, you can see that the total annual fee is going to be $1,020. That gets bumped up to $1,720 with the two additional cards, so it's totally optional if you don't want to spend too much, but I would totally recommend it if you love to get luxury travel benefits. Now I know $1,720 sounds crazy to pay annually, but I'm going to show you how that is actually a bargain compared to the value that we get from these cards. So let's get into the AMEX Trifecta and the two optional cards and see how we could beat that $1,020 to $1,720 total annual fee. Part number one, the cards to optimize your earnings. Now AMEX points are some of the most valuable points that you can find on the market, so earning them is going to be the most important part of this whole process. AMEX points literally allow you to book $4,000 to $7,000 flights, business class flights, for literally a fraction of the cost, and that's why they're so valuable. Now, the two most powerful cards for earnings is going to be the AMEX Gold card and the AMEX Blue Business Plus. Now, I know that the Blue Business Plus card is a business card, but let me tell you, AMEX is extremely lenient with business cards. I mean, I know this because I have a friend who doesn't really have a side hustle or anything. He literally put his social security number and put it for his income for the business. He just put 0, and he still got approved for the AMEX Business Platinum card. So for the Business Blue Plus card, it's going to be even easier. Now, the main draw for the AMEX Gold card is going to be that you get 4 times points on food. So you get 4 times points on grocery and you get 4 times points on dining, and that includes takeout as well. Now we all eat food, we all have to get groceries, and we all have to eat out with our friends and family. So maximizing this benefit is going to be crucial. Now, according to ChatGPT, the average American spends annually $3,600 to $6,000 on groceries, and the annual average for restaurant spend and takeout is going to be $3,000 to $7,000. That means on the low end, we can expect to see 26,000 AMEX points in a year to 52,000 AMEX points on the higher end. Now for a family of 4, the average spend for both grocery and takeout is going to be 15,000 on the low end to $26,400 on the high end, or that equates to 62,400 points on the low end, and on the high end, 105,600 points for a family of 4. Now, what's important about the Blue Business Plus card is that you get 2 times points on everything that is non-category, things like, let's say, electronics or clothes or like this table or like anything that you see that's not like travel or food, basically. That's why 2 times points is going to be very important, because everything else baseline should be 2 times points, not 1 times points. Now, according to ChatGPT again, the average American annual spend for just miscellaneous things that aren't categorized as food or like travel is going to be anywhere from $6,000 to $11,000. And for a family of 4, that's going to be $8,000 to $14,000. That's a lot of money. That would equate to 22,000 AMEX points for the individual and 28,000 AMEX points for the family of 4. So basically with these 2 cards, you cover all of your expenses, food and miscellaneous things. And that's why these 2 pair up so wonderfully. Now for your travel costs, this is where the AMEX Platinum comes in. You get 5 times points on pre-booked hotels through the AMEX Travel Portal, and 5 times points on airlines booked directly with the airline or on the AMEX Travel Portal as well. This is not the greatest, but it is still something. And once again, let's look at ChatGPT to tell us the average spend. The average American spends annually $5,400 per individual, and for a family of 4 spends $14,100 per year. This equates to 27,000 points for the individual and 70,500 points for a family of 4. So to sum it up, these cards all earn specific categories, and they actually earn a lot of them, especially that food category. The AMEX Gold card is one of the best ones. So now what do we do with these points? Why are these so valuable? Well, let's kind of add up all the points that we had so far. For the individual American, we would see that you get 101,000 points on average just for average American spend. And for a family of 4, we could see in total we get 204,100 points on average. Now, generally on the very lowest end, we could see American Express points being 1 cent per point. So 100,000 points would equal to $1,000. 200,000 points would equal to $2,000. But we can do a lot better than 1 cent per point, and I mean a lot better, just by transferring out to different partners and booking specifically business or first class flights. Let me give you an example. Here's a flight that I found from New York to Barcelona that would only cost you 60,000 American Express points. After you transfer them out to Air France, it's going to be a business class flight one way, and this flight would generally cost you $7,896 to purchase with cash. And that is insane. Instead of paying $7,896, why not just pay 60,000 points? If we use the equation cost of travel in dollars over the cost of travel in points times 100, we can get this cent per point value. So $7,896 over 60,000 points times 100 gives you the value of 13.1 cents per point, which is it quite literally is 13 times more than the 1 cent per point mark that we talked about. That means for every 10,000 points you spend, you get $1,310 in value. So just for an average spend, the individual gets 2 of these flights and the family of 4 gets 4 of these flights. So that's why it's so important to earn and save these AMEX points, because you could book these amazing business class flights and really give that experience to either yourself or your family and friends. And for me personally, any international flight, I gotta go business class, because I just can't go back to a 16-hour economy flight. It is just not something that I'm going to be willing to do anymore. So yeah, just by booking 2 or 3 of these business class flights a year, you're already profiting off of that annual fee. Keep in mind, the annual fee for the Trifecta is only $1,020 compared to the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 of value that you're going to get from these flights, these business class flights. But if you don't really value business class flights, then yeah, it's not going to be that worth it for you. But if you're someone like me who really appreciates them and really thinks that it elevates your travel experience and you want them for cheap, then this is going to be a great benefit. Now, what's even better is that all of these cards come with very generous sign-up bonuses, especially through referral links. A lot of them are elevated, but the rule is if you get the Platinum first, you're no longer eligible for the Gold sign-up bonus. So make sure you get the Gold sign-up bonus first and then the Platinum bonus, and then you're good to go. Business Plus card is pretty much separate from the personal card, so you can get that anytime you want. I believe the referral bonus gives you 15,000 points after $2,000 or $3,000 in spend, plus a 0% APR for the first 12 months of having the card. That I love the Blue Business Plus card. That is a great card to have. So I'll make sure to put my referral links down in the top comment below if you guys are interested in starting the AMEX Trifecta. Now that we got into how these cards maximize your earnings, let's get into the main benefits of these cards. Part 2. The main benefits. Now, really the main benefits come from the Platinum card and the Gold card. The Blue Business Plus card is literally just a 2 times points card. That's all it does. So let's go over all the benefits that you get from the Platinum card and the Gold card and see which ones are actually useful. For the Platinum card, you get a $200 hotel credit whenever you book the Final Hotels and Resorts program or the hotel collection through the AMEX travel portal. You get a $200 airline fee credit, which you're only supposed to use for like baggage or like airline fees, but you can actually use them for flights by either buying United Bank cash in $100 increments or a Delta flight that's less than $200. And this does work. I've done it multiple times and I've done it even this year as well. You get a $240 digital entertainment credit. You get $20 statement credits per month, and it goes for all of these streaming services right here. You get a $199 Clear Plus credit, and this just basically allows you to cut the line if the line is really long at the airports, and this goes for the TSA pre-check line as well. You get a $155 Walmart Plus credit, which is one of the most underrated benefits of all time. This gives you super cheap gas, free grocery delivery, free shipping, and they even have a tire warranty program to get your tires from Walmart. Pretty cool stuff. I think it has a partnership with Burger King, and you also get a free streaming service. You get Paramount Plus for free just by having Walmart Plus. You get lounge access to the Centurion clubs, the Delta Sky lounges when flying Delta, the Lufthansa lounges when you fly Lufthansa. It's such a hard word to say. And I think you get access to the escape lounges as well. You also get Priority Pass, which is like a lounge network for like maybe like smaller airports or like maybe your local airport. But it gives you just basically more lounge access so that even if there's no Centurion lounge, there's at least a Priority Pass lounge you can go to. You get gold status with Hilton and Marriott. We don't talk about Marriott because Marriott has a crappy rewards program. But for gold status with Hilton, you get a lot of benefits. You get like free breakfast, room upgrades, early check-in, late checkout. You also get like a food credit every day. And I believe you get the 5th night free when booking with points, which is a great benefit if you want to book a long vacation with them. You get $100 in Saks Fifth Avenue credit. This is like basically a higher end Macy's, but in typical AMEX fashion, it's given to you semi-annually. $50 from January to June and $50 from July to December in statement credits. You get free TSA PreCheck and global entry on the house from AMEX, which is pretty nice. You get a $300 Equinox credit, which you can use solely only for memberships. And keep in mind, you have to buy a year upfront, so it really only gives you like 1 month free out of the entire year. You can't just go there for like 1 month to try it out. You have to sign up for an entire year. So I would say that this is just like one that's pretty useless. Unless you go to Equinox already, then it's pretty cool. You get a ton of travel protections like trip cancellation insurance, trip delay reimbursement, baggage insurance, all that good stuff. You get the Final Hotels Resorts program and the hotel collection, which gives you, once again, a ton of free benefits. You get like $100 to $150 dining credits or spa credits. You get early check-in, and you actually get suite upgrades with the FHR program. Amazing benefit. I've gotten this suite upgrade a lot with this program. I think the Final Hotels Resorts program is pretty worth it. So yeah, you also get the hotel collection when you book a 2-night stay. You get good benefits, but lesser than the Final Hotels Resorts program benefits. You also get amazing transfer partners, which I think is the main aspect of these cards. Just like we talked about in the beginning of this video with that Air France example, transfer partners are going to be the main reason why you get the AMEX cards. And you get all of this for $695. Yeah, it's a lot. And I forgot to mention this, but you also get a $200 Uber credit that you can also use for Uber Cash or just Uber in general. You get $15 from January to November in Uber Cash, but on December you get $35, equaling to $200 in a year. Now, AMEX says that you get over $1,500 in travel benefits, but I'm going to be just counting the ones that are pretty useful and just going to be taking out the ones that I feel like no one really uses. So I think the main draws are going to be the $200 hotel credit, the $200 airline credit, the $200 Uber credit, the $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit, the $240 digital entertainment streaming credit, the $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit, the Fine Hotels Resorts program benefit, the lounge access, and the gold status from Hilton. This equates to $895 just from those credits alone, but you can't really put a number value on the Final Hotels Resorts program, the Hilton Gold, the lounge access. So I'm just going to conservatively say that those three are going to be worth conservatively $400. So 400 plus 895 gives you $1,295, which is still a really, really nice amount. Now with the gold cards, similarly, you get more value from the actual benefits and the annual fee if you actually plan on using these ones. These are a little bit more niche in my opinion. You get a $120 dining credit that you can use for things like Grubhub and like Cheesecake Factory, basically everything that you see right here. It's given to you in $10 statement credits per month. 12 months in a year gives you $120 in a year. And let's face it, we're just going to use this at Grubhub because Grubhub gives you the most value, especially since you could price match with Grubhub. Grubhub is the best delivery app out there, by the way. You get $120 in Uber or Uber Eats credits, and it's going to give it to you in $10 statement credits into your Uber wallet. You get a $100 Resi credit. And once again, semi-annually, you get $50 statement credits from January to June and another $50 in statement credits from July to December. Basically, you just book a restaurant on Resi, you pay with the gold card, and you just get reimbursed $50. You get $84 in Dunkin' credits given to you in $7 statement credits every month. 7 times 12 for 12 months in a year gives you $84 annually. And it's okay. I mean, I don't really go to Dunkin', but what you can do is you can get the app and you can refill your Dunkin' wallet for $7 every month and it still counts. So you can stack up this benefit over time and get like $84 in a year if you don't even plan on ever eating it. You also get access to the hotel collection with the AMEX Gold card, which like I said before, gives you some cool benefits. So total, they say on the website that you get $500 in value, but it's really $424 in value, which is still more than that $325 annual fee. So we're still profiting if you could see yourself using all of these benefits. So assuming we don't use any transfer partners or book any business class flights at all, the total credits we get is $1,719 for actual useful benefits, and the annual fee is going to be $1,020 for all three cards. Now, in my opinion, none of this really even matters, because as long as you're using this to book business class flights, even once every 2 years after collecting a lot of points, you're still going to profit very much in the long run, because these business class flights are worth $4,000, $5,000, even up to like $8,000 each. So as long as you could bag some of those business class flights, you'll profit for sure. So you really use the Business Blue Plus card, the Gold card, and the Platinum card to earn the points. And you actually use the Platinum card for its actual benefits like lounge access, like free hotel status, upgrades, things like that. The Platinum card is actually really powerful in that aspect, and you do get a lot of freebies. So it does add a lot to those travels after you land after that business class flight, basically. I think that's what makes this trifecta so powerful. The earning potential is massive, and the benefits are so generous. So you get a lot of benefits and you get a lot of point earning potentials. I love AMEX for that reason. So yes, we pay $1,020 for the annual fee every year, which is pretty expensive, but the value you get from that is way more valuable. I have an entire YouTube video on how I find and book these flights. So if you want to find my exact process on how I book these flights, make sure to click this video right here. Now let's get into the optional cards and see if they're going to fit your lifestyle. Part 3, the optional cards and why I think everyone should get these as well. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, I think that getting one hotel card and one airline card is going to be pretty beneficial, and it's going to add on to the luxuriousness of your travel. Now, obviously, this is going to cost you $700 more for these cards, but in my opinion, they are totally worth it. Let's start with the Hilton Aspire card, quite possibly the best hotel credit card of all time. The benefits here are insane. For $550 for the annual fee every year, you get complimentary diamond status, and diamond status gets you a ton of free benefits. See, diamond status gives you suite upgrades complimentary, and these suites are generally costing you anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. And before you think, I don't really ever get these upgrades, well, they actually do give you these upgrades pretty often, and I can vouch for that. So even if you booked the lowest costing room, let's say a basic room for like $300, you could still basically get upgraded to the highest room, which could be anywhere from like $2,000. And that's exactly what happened to me on my last trip. We booked the basic king room, I think it's called the Tapa Collection Room, in the Waikiki Hilton Village, and that was only 32,000 AMEX points or 63,000 Hilton points because they transferred at a 1-to-2 ratio. And that room would generally cost you only $281 per night. But what the amazing part was that we actually got upgraded to the corner suite in the newly renovated Rainbow Kai Tower, which was amazing. And that tower goes for around $706 per night, which is literally double the price of that basic room that we got. But we booked it for that same price as that basic room. This room was extremely beautiful. We were just hoping to get into the Rainbow Tower because it was newly renovated. And we got exactly that. We got these 2 balconies that face the ocean, and you can just hear the sound of the waves like 24/7. There's nothing better than waking up to the sound of waves, like literally being on the beach on your hotel. It was a truly amazing experience, and we have diamond status to thank for that. Now with diamond status, we also got free breakfast at the Hilton Village, and we got free drink credits every day. I think it was only like $36, but hey, that got us 2 cocktails every day for free, and that was really an amazing benefit. Now you also get $400 in Hilton credits with this card. Once again, semi-annually, so $200 from January to June, and another $200 from July to December. But this is really cool. As long as you spend anything at a Hilton resort, you get reimbursed $200, even things like massages or food. So basically, it gives you either free food or like a free massage during your stay. You also get a free night reward, and this right here is the main reason you want to get this card. The kicker is that you can book any Hilton, like high-end Hilton property, SLH properties, and LXR properties, which are like some of Hilton's partnered brands that are like super luxurious. There's a lot of like I think Hilton vacation rentals that you can't get with this benefit, but it doesn't even matter because you get the SLH and XLR properties, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for my honeymoon this year in Japan. So for us, we use this benefit for the SLH in Kyoto, and a general room there goes for $1,563 a night. And room upgrades also apply to this because we have diamond status. So if we get room upgrades to a private onsen suite, which we hope we get, which I hear is really powerful in Japan. If you have diamond status in Japan, you do most likely get these benefits. That room will cost you $2,524, which is insane. And that's why this card is so broken, because of this free night reward. If I do end up getting that upgrade, I will report it to you guys, and of course I'll film it and put it down for evidence. Now you also get $200 in flight credits. This one's weird. It's quarterly in $50 increments from Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But you could buy United Bank cash with this every month, so at least you could stack it. You also get $199 in Clear Plus credits again, but if you have the AMEX Platinum card, this is kind of redundant, but you can give it to your partner, which is pretty nice because with the AMEX Platinum card you get one, and with the Hilton Aspire you get another one, so at least you guys both have Clear now. You also get 14 times points on Hilton stays, 7 times points on dining and travel, and 3 times points for everything else. But keep in mind that Hilton points are generally worth a half cent per point, so these are really not that great. This card is so amazing that the strategy mainly to get this card is to try to get multiple of these cards because of that free night certificate, because you can get these SLH and LXR bookings for super cheap, and that's what a lot of people do. Me and my wife are trying to get as many as we possibly can so that we can get like 4-night stays at these ultra luxury hotels for a fraction of the cost. As for the airline cards, the Delta Gold card is a great one simply because it has a $0 intro annual fee. It's going to be $150 after that. But what I love about it is they take off 15 feature. Basically, whenever you transfer Amex points to Delta, you get 15% discounted rates, which is amazing. Delta is going to be my favorite airline because I love using their lounges, and there's some of the best lounges, especially the one in LA. The Delta Sky Clubs are amazing, and so it's really nice to just use my points for domestic flights with Delta and use these lounges. And a pro tip with these lounges is that even when you land, you can still use the Delta Sky Clubs. So generally when you land, you just have to leave the airport, but if you want to just relax for a bit, take a shower, get some drinks or eat some food, you can do that when you land as well. So that's why I love flying with Delta. You also get a $100 Delta Stays credit if you book a hotel on the Delta website. And you also get $200 in flight credits if you can manage to spend $10,000 in your first year of having the card. Plus, you get your first checked bag free. That's going to be a value of $70 per person, and I believe it's up to a family of 4, so that can possibly give you a $280 value if you guys have a lot of luggage or baggage. It's a pretty powerful card if you love Delta, but this one I'd say is pretty optional. If you don't really care about Delta, then you definitely don't need to get this. But I think the Hilton Aspire card plus the AMEX Platinum Gold and Blue is going to be the absolute most optimized you can get with Amex. So that is really it. Yes, you are paying $1,720 a year for these cards, but you get thousands and thousands of dollars in benefits if that matters to you. Things like business class flights, suite upgrades, free breakfast, free drinks, free massages, all stuff like that. So I'll make sure to put my referral links down for all of these cards so that you guys can get started with the AMEX Trifecta journey. And feel free to ask me any questions you have about these cards. This is a small channel, so I can basically answer all these questions. These cards are cards that I will literally never cancel. These are forever cards for me, and I don't think I can ever just basically live without them because they give me so many travel benefits. And I really do love these cards, and I use them literally every day. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching until this point. I hope you guys found it informative, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Woo!